Whew, I'm live. Ain't nobody else here, but it's me at the moment. Might have one, two more joining me tonight. I don't fucking know, but they're not here. Issues, this and that. Fucking if I care. So, welcome to Collector's Hideout, the podcast where we get together, talk shit about different things, different random things, see what's going on, and trying to get away from the real world. I honestly don't even know what the fucking topic's supposed to be tonight. So this is going to be a interesting one. Tony has some health issues, had to go be a dad. His son's not feeling too great. So, it is what it is. He's got to go be a dad. But I'm here, and Psycho's trying to get in, apparently. Shit happens, I guess. But it's part of trying to do a live cast. Things go wrong. Now, the question is that will anybody pop in? Will anybody hit up the chat, at least? Keep it going. I've been trying to get Tony to watch a few of these horror movies that I've been watching recently. I'm not sure if anybody out here's actually seen them or watched them yet, but there's a movie called They Will Kill You, which is like an action-packed horror, a lot of fun. That one I actually really enjoyed. The fighting sequences and the story was kind of weird, but the graphics, the people, the villains you had to deal with, I was definitely into it. And then there's another one called Dust Bunny. Dust Bunny was something else from a child's imagination perspective at first, but then there's like a hitman aspect and kind of like I don't know, like a mafia, like assassins. Like, it's a weird movie, but it was actually really good. It was definitely a good one. So I really don't know where to go when it comes to our watches episodes. So when we're doing our watches episodes, we try and pick a movie and all of us view it and then we try and discuss it. And I'm thinking about trying to get these two movies on the docket for us to do. Tony hasn't watched them yet. Psycho doesn't do horror. So I don't know how soon we'll be doing those movies, but we're also always looking for options and opinions from people as to other movies to suggest. I know Shellhead, good old Tony, was mentioning doing Batman, the 1989 Batman movie. I haven't seen that since I was a kid. He wants to kind of go at it and do it for one of our episodes. So that's very quite possibly a soon to come one because I know that one Psycho will be down with, and there shouldn't be any problems. But we shall see. Anybody down in the chat have anything that they'd want to see or any recommendations for ones that we should do? We are all ears are open, all eyes are open to reading what you say. Comments, they're all taken into consideration, and we'll go from there. Trying to get this thing sent out to our groups so people know that we're live, all that fun crap. Shit, there we go. Copy, close. Still nobody coming in. These guys are fucking around. Psycho still can't get in. That's why I try and get shit done early. So this might be a quick episode because I ain't got nobody willing to hop on or able to hop on. Might as well just fucking end this shit. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. And nobody's even in the chat, which is weird. Usually by now we have like 3-4 people in the chat going with us. So this is just going to be kind of chill until people show up. But we are trying to grow. We are trying to expand. So I am always curious what other people think, what people are seeing, what people like, don't like about the show, so we can make adjustments where we might see fit. Joe and I are actually going to start doing another podcast type thing. I don't think it's going to be live. It's going to be just pre-recorded release. It's going to be about the paranormal, ghosts, all that type of stuff, cryptids, all that world. So that'll be an interesting one. I'm not sure exactly when it's going to start, but it will be starting. Hey, wow. Gustavo, you're here. Thank you for joining me. Tony's dealing with a sick child, and Psycho is computer illiterate, can't seem to get into the cast. I don't have anything else to go besides that. I mean, it just kind of is what it is. They kind of left me here, screwed me to be here on my own. figured wait to see if a few other people popped in. I don't know, Joe sent out links, but this might just be a very quick cast tonight if nobody else is able to pop on, because unlike Tony, I hate talking to myself. So I'm not that full of myself where I could just sit here and gab for hours to absolutely nobody. So this will probably be a very short cast this evening. I just got somebody else in. People are finally joining into the views. It's all on Shellhead side. Tony's not here tonight, guys. Sorry to break hearts. He's busy with his child. So yeah, like I was saying, Joe and I are going to start doing something with the paranormal. It's going to most likely be pre-recorded. He's working it all out. I don't know if we're going to have like just a specific night he comes uploaded and put up, or if it's going to be something that is just a continuation or just comes up randomly throughout the time when it's available. But it'll be. I'm looking forward to it. It gets away from the normalness of what we do, because normally drinks and toys and collector's hideout. It's very much like pop culture and toy collectible related everything. Whereas the one that Joe's building that he wants me to be part of in some fashion is completely out of that world, and quite literally, because it's about paranormal UFOs and everything. So that'll be exciting. Let's see how that goes and what kind of audience that brings us. I have a feeling it'll bring a much different audience than we get through these outlets here. Yeah, still, these guys. Tony is a little weird. You're not wrong, Gustavo. He is a little weird. What makes you say that now, though? Like, that just kind of came out of nowhere, I feel. Give Gustavo a second to answer. But let's see. I'm still getting messages. Like, I'm so confused. What the hell is even going on? Psycho's really being computer illiterate. I can't help him. So, no, so what type of, like, real, like, paranormal? Joe's been, he's built a, well, he's been building, like, an Instagram for it and everything. He's putting up, like, internet videos of aliens and stuff like that, trying to get interaction, see what people think. And it's going to be that type of stuff, like real actual paranormal, where it becomes down to sci-fi, or not sci-fi, but the alien side versus ghosts, like I said, cryptids, Bigfoot, all that. So, look at that. Jesus Christ. Hey, look, Joe's back.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like I was telling you, every mess.
Don't even don't get into it now. We're live, man.
Yeah, but I
Don't,
couldn't even then. Whatever you sent me didn't come through. I had to go back through my history.
you should have it bookmarked. But cool. What's Gustavo saying? Tony has a box problem. He likes putting boxes in boxes to keep everything. He absolutely does. And then he takes those boxes and puts them in another box. He's got boxes, inside of totes, which are also boxes, inside of a room, which is usually in the shape of a box, inside of a house, which is another box around that box of a room. Tony is like a fucking Russian nesting doll, is what Tony is. That's what he gets into. Hey, Joe, you want to do an episode this week? Let me know. I should have some availability probably tomorrow night and Saturday night. If you want to knock out an episode, I'm in. What time works for me? I don't fucking know. Just anytime after like 8 o'clock, usually, for the most part. Or we can go real late and just do it. Get in like the witching hour and record like 3 in the morning because we're dumbasses.
It's funny.
Be sitting here like this, like, yeah, Joe, it's a fucking video. But yeah, we could do it. So, welcome, Psycho. You're finally here. How's it going, brother?
Better now that it works.
Yeah, everything works better, or everything's better when it works. That's a very adamant statement. So you never got back to me. Are we supposed to be expecting Cuban guy tonight?
I don't know. He told me that he was kind of thinking about it, but he wasn't sure. He's trying to. He's got a lot of stuff going on right now. I don't know if you probably did not know, but his father's ceiling fell in on him, and so they've.
Hold on. There's a lot to unpack in just that one little sentence. Did his father's ceiling fall in on Jose?
Jose's father.
His father.
His father.
Okay, is his father okay?
Yes.
All right.
Look, surprisingly, the ceiling like hit everywhere except for the spot that his dad was in. So like he's been dealing with a lot.
So I'm just picturing his dad's like sitting in the middle of the room, and the entire ceiling fell except for so like from above it looks like a goddamn donut, like there's a donut hole.
Yes, according to the pictures that he sent me, yes. Is that really a donut hole? It's like the piece that fell in the middle kind of like stayed attached and then fell, but it missed his dad.
So Jose is not a religious man, but I feel like you can't say that wasn't like some type of
divine intervention. Yeah,
you can't.
Yeah. But no, so he's been going through it. So I'm not sure. I sent him the link, and we'll see if the link actually goes through to him because it wasn't going through to me.
I mean, I sent it to you like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, and like I said, for some reason it just wouldn't. No Riverside links would show up for me on my MacBook at all. None.
I'm trying to bring up this what we got going on with Joe real quick because Gustavo's asking questions. Just want to share the right information. While I get that, anything? What else has been up with you?
Not much. I got my helicopter today. I still have not opened the box that it came in.
Which helicopter are we discussing?
The Turtle G.I. Joe crossover helicopter.
Okay, so you just haven't gotten it yet?
Well, it came in. I just haven't.
Got it, but you haven't opened it yet?
Yeah. I don't know if mine's as messed up as Tony's was, but
I hope not. That would kind of suck if it was. Here we go. Just share it with Gustavo real quick. So, Gustavo, the name of the cast that Joe is setting up right here, as shown. Yeah, there you go. The Silent Frequency. So that is the show that Joe and I will be knocking out. Not sure. Like I said, I'm excited to do it. It's very much
What is it? What is it?
It's a podcast about ballerinas. So we each go to a ballet, and then we watch it, and then we pick which ballerina we felt outperformed all the other bitches.
That does kind of sound like something that you're into, yeah.
Yeah. See, exactly. No, as you see here, Silent Frequencies and podcast is going to be paranormal, UFOs, cryptids, stuff of that nature. You should give it a follow. He's slowly building it, but he's been like showing like putting up like clips from videos from around the internet and trying to get engagement, people talking about it. Like, this looks weird. What do you think about this? And
so all the shit that he makes fun of.
Who Tony makes fun of?
I said all the shit that Tony makes fun of. Every time I try to talk about Bigfoot or Skunk Ape, and he's like, "Oh, fucking shit doesn't exist. I don't know why you believe that shit." Blah 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 blah. Yeah.
Well, first of all, that was a spot on impression of Tony. I can really appreciate that. That was very good. But he makes fun of everything. But yes, that stuff. So yeah, so Joe wants to do an episode this week, but he's out of town, so he'll let me know when he's back in town, and we'll work on something. I'm excited for it. Like I said, before you got in here, I was saying how it's different, obviously, from these two casts, from Drinks and Toys and from Collector's Hideout. How Drinks and Toys is obviously about toys in our collections and our collectibles, and whereas Collector's Hideout is kind of a catch-all, but for pop culture, movies, video games, wrestling, everything kind of else that still runs in that same collectibles realm. Whereas this is nothing to do with any of that, unless we start talking about haunted items, which I imagine we'll eventually touch on stuff like that. So it's completely different, and I'm looking forward to it because, like I said, it'll be a different audience, a different vibe. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I wanted to go to that Bigfoot conference up here, but then Anthony made his toy show the same weekend, so.
Yeah, Anthony's a dick. He did that shit on purpose. He told me. He called me up. He's like, "Hey, I know Psycho wants to go to a conference about him, the Bigfoot one. He wants to go to that shit, so I'm gonna make my event to help the kids the same weekend."
Yep, that's exactly
just to fuck him over.
That is exactly how it went.
Such a dick, that guy. Well, what can you do? You know?
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know. He's not doing it to me. I got no beef with the man. He could probably like break your arm in 20 different ways.
No.
Yes, absolutely. We worked at Home Depot. When me and Anthony first met, I was working at Home Depot as loss prevention, and he was a cashier. And I knew from just general conversation that he was telling me how he's into martial arts and everything. So we had this thing that there's this one kid, Mateo, who is a good kid, but when you get a good kid who's younger, you kind of pick on him, kind of bully him around a little bit, but not in a I'm an asshole way, but in like a little brother kind of way.
Okay.
And Anthony's like, you know what? Let's do this. Every day you come by, bring Mateo with you, and I'll demonstrate each day a different way to break his arm. I was like, cool, let's do this. Mateo would never come with me when I told him to come with me. But hey, come on. He's like, no, no, no. He'd run off to go do something. But Anthony can do that stuff. Don't underestimate the Anthony. Yes. Riveting. Thank you. So, I mean, I've been thinking all day what we were actually going to discuss tonight or what the topic was going to be, and nothing was really standing out, right? I know we got a trailer for the Avengers Doom, wherever the hell it's called. Doom's whatever the fuck it's called. The new Doom MCU shit.
I didn't know there was a trailer.
No, it's not. It's coming out, I think, in the next couple days, maybe next week.
Okay.
I would assume it would be lining up with most likely Comic-Con, but I've heard a couple other podcasts have mentioned that there's a Doom trailer coming. Because there's not a... What's the Doom one called?
Doomsday.
It is Doomsday, okay. Because I keep thinking it's Doomsday, but then I can't help but think about DC when I say it in my head. And I'm like, that can't be right.
No, it's right.
So it is right. So it's Doomsday. Okay, yeah. That there's a trailer for that coming. Because I know we have what? We got Spider-Man at the end of the month on the 31st, I believe.
Yep.
And then you got Doomsday trailer coming. Okay. And I have a feeling with next week with Comic-Con, there's going to be a lot of trailers, a lot of things getting dropped when it comes to the movie side of what Comic-Con's known for these days. So I'm curious to see what we see from there. And check it out.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of feels like a trailer is past due, especially since people at different comic conventions have seen several, I guess, for lack of a better term, trailers. They saw one last year at Comic-Con, they saw one at New York Comic-Con, and Marvel does that sort of thing, and oftentimes what they show you in the trailer isn't actually in the final movie anyway, or they change it to make it look like, and we've talked about those things before, but it just kind of feels like this movie is 6 months away, and we haven't seen anything official from it at all. And that just kind of feels stupid. All the closest official thing that we've gotten was a bunch of cast chairs where they showed the names of the people in the cast, but not even all the names of the people in the cast, just the ones that they wanted you to know about at the time. So it's... I don't know.
I mean, am I in the minority here? Anybody else in the chat? I mean, let me know if I'm off base. But I feel like I'd rather these movies not have trailers. At least not trailers that actually show anything from the film. Like, you've got a huge budget. Film something specifically for the trailer to do what you need it to do. And don't actually put anything for the movie in it. Does that make sense?
It does.
Because like one of the biggest ones I could think of that people loved when it happened was when the original Lilo and Stitch was coming out, and they had like all those trailers for Lilo and Stitch, but it was like Stitch in other Disney movies.
Yeah, ruining them. Yes.
Right. Yeah, like doing something like not necessarily like that, but just something that has nothing to actually pertain to the movie, and giving us a trailer like that. That way you don't have to worry about giving away spoilers, anything. It's just like, here's what we're doing. Get excited. We filmed this just for the trailers. So you're not going to see this in the theater. That way you go into the theater completely blind as to what it is.
Sure. I don't know that I agree with it. Just because this isn't Marvel in 2020, right? Or 2021 at the height of their popularity when they did Infinity War and Endgame. They've had a lot of missteps, to say it nicely, right? Like, there have been several missteps in the MCU since Endgame was released.
Okay.
And their box office returns have been steadily diminishing since Endgame because the movies are just not living up to expectations. And they have a lot to prove, and I kind of feel like not showing things. And again, I don't want them to give everything away. But we're 6 months away and we've seen nothing. Not a teaser trailer, not a regular trailer. We've seen nothing.
I mean, we've seen something that we saw Cyclops yelling using his beam, right? We've seen something.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
No?
No, I mean, you're right, but
Okay.
those things didn't show anything. They were just essentially an extension of the cast chairs, right? Like, oh, we told you this person's going to be in it. Here's what they look like. Okay, cool. Like, what about the other X-Men that you listed there? So you're showing us Cyclops for what? Because you randomly chose a name
to get you salivating for it.
My problem is that sort of thing would have worked leading up to Endgame. But with all the problems that they've had since Endgame, for me, they need a little bit more. There has to be a reason for me to want to go out to the theater to see this movie. Especially with all the rumors that have been coming out about what's happening in the script leaks and everything else. Like, if that stuff is true, I'm probably definitely not going to go see this in the theaters.
Well, you'll only know if it's true by going to see it, unless you're going to be one of those people who goes and reads all the spoilers first and takes other people's opinions to form your own opinion.
I will probably read what happens in the movie before I decide whether or not I'm going to go into the theater.
Hey, shit, Harry's here. Going on, Brahma boy? So he thinks that it'll drop after the Comic-Con panel, which would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I'll go see the movie. I might not. I just haven't been doing a lot of MCU in theater. Just because I'm kind of burnt out on MCU. I don't know of the missteps you're referring to, because I haven't really seen any missteps. But I'm also very open to the movies, and I just go and enjoy them for the popcorn flicks I think that they're made to be. But still, I think all movies, not just MCU, I think all movies should do what I was talking about and just film stuff just for the trailer, and that way they're not giving away any of the fucking movie.
When I say missteps, I mean things like Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, right? Like, let's take a very serious villain and let's make him goofy and he gets beaten by ants. And then let's take another villain and let's make him even more goofy. They were just doing things because they felt like they could do whatever they wanted to do and people were going to go see it.
Well, who was the villain that they made goofy?
So Kang,
right,
is one of the most powerful people in Marvel, right? Like, and he was beaten by ants, which
ants suck.
Make no sense at all.
At least it wasn't uncles.
And then MODOK, right? They just made him a guy,
big head guy, right? The small body floating around. Yeah, he was weird.
And it's like Marvel, it just kind of feels like Marvel after Endgame was so much like, oh, we can do whatever we want and people are going to go see it. They started doing stupid things for the sake of doing them.
I mean, I guess. I enjoyed Ant-Man and Wasp.
I did too. It was fun, but they didn't do right by the characters.
And then that's the difference, right? I don't know the characters to know that they didn't do right by it, right?
Yeah.
Apparently you do. And that's something that, I mean, I've known you since middle school, and I've never known you to dabble in those worlds of Marvel. And you do, that's great. But I don't know those characters. So I don't know that they did Kang a disservice or MODOK. I just thought he looked weird. I didn't know that they did him a disservice. I don't know anything about the characters aside from what their there was a Marvel Flair 93 cards. Like I know them visually. I don't know anything about them.
Yeah.
So I mean, going into these movies, in that case, am I ignorant, right? Because I don't fucking know the information. Like I said, I'm there just to enjoy a movie. And for what they've been doing, I've had no issue with what they've done.
But I mean,
I don't know the source material like that.
I mean, but it wasn't just Ant-Man, right? Like, look at the Eternals. They craft this story around the Eternals, but the story doesn't really make much sense.
Well, that movie blew donkey balls, though.
Well, yeah, but again, Marvel thought that they could do this, that they could shoehorn it in, that they could have this planet-changing event occurring in this one movie and act like none of the other movies would have known anything was, like, none of the other characters would have known what was going on, nothing would have been done or said, And then several years later, they tried to fix it in Captain America 4, and the fix didn't work, right? Then look at Doctor Strange 2. All of a sudden, Scarlet Witch is a villain at the very end. And then all of a sudden, after, spending, I don't know, 45 minutes or so building her to be a villain, at the very end, they're like, just kidding. She's not a villain. She's good again. Then she dies. It's like, okay.
She ain't dead.
Thor: Love and Thunder, right?
I
Like
saw that one.
that movie itself is like the greatest example of what I'm talking about. You have a movie where you have a pack of overly large, immortal screaming goats that are dragging the ship around. It's like, why are we being annoying just for the sake of being annoying? Turning everything into a joke, making the screaming goats that I'm talking about, right? So they're in. Well, no, scream. You know the screaming goats, right? Like you know that.
Like the internet meme.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
So they have like 6 of those in the Thor movie, and they're just kind of around. And then you're like, man, these are really annoying. And then their transportation breaks down, so they have to harness the goats and use the goats to pull it. So then they're always around. And it's like, who greenlit this? Who thought that this was a good idea to just have these screaming goats around, right? The Marvels, I really liked Captain Marvel. I really liked Miss Marvel's TV show, but the way that they put those things together, it was like they were just trying to throw it together quickly to get something out instead of giving it the time that it needed to actually be a good movie.
I mean, I don't want to sit here and rehash stuff we've discussed before, but fuck it, let's do it. I've said before, and I'll die on the hill, that Marvel needs to stop trying to attach everything. They did it once. They did it a second time, all the way up to Infinity War, right?
Yep.
But apparently the goats were in the comics. So if the goats in the comics is comic accurate, I'll allow it.
Sure, but you don't hear them screaming in the comic. That's my issue.
But you see a bubble that says, like, it's got to be something. Like, but Marvel needs to stop trying to weave all their stories together, right? Eternals, I watched that shit. I was just bored with it. I didn't give a crap that they never mentioned the giant arm coming out of the ocean again, and the half or torso or whatever the fuck it was. Like, I don't need that. Apparently, from my understanding, they're possibly going to revisit that and finally have it mean something.
They did.
No, like in the upcoming Doom.
Because in Captain America 4, they mentioned it. They talked about what happened and they're harvesting stuff from it. So it was a big deal. But yeah,
no, but I get what you're saying. But like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think we need all these movies to intertwine, because you have things like that. Like, oh, that's a earth-shattering event going on. Why wasn't Captain America a part of this? Like, why weren't the Avengers part of what the hell was going on over here? Like, I think when you intertwine and weave these stories in too much, you start screwing up the momentum. People start doing what you're talking about. Like, hey, why wasn't they like, oh, why weren't the X-Men part of it? Oh, they're in a different dimension. Like, why weren't all these people that you're interweaving into all these stories, where were they at? They just sat down on the couch for the day and said, fuck it, that's Cap's problem today. Like, why aren't they all there? And that is a self-inflicted issue that Marvel's done by trying to make everything connect. It's like in the comics, things all connect, but they don't all have to overlap every goddamn issue. Like they don't. But we all understand they're all in the same universe. There's no reason why they have to sit there and just all tie in visually at all times, and it just takes away from it eventually. And I think that's what we're running into now. Because, like you said, you don't need to intertwine. Like I don't need Moon Knight to be intertwined with the MCU. Like I don't need that. Moon Knight, I'm enjoying. I don't need him to be part of everything else.
Yeah, and I mean, I get what you're saying. I don't particularly agree with that. I don't mind that. My issue is you're putting movies out that the stories are not good, right? You had a good character in Captain Marvel. You had a good character in Miss Marvel. then you threw them together in a movie with Photon, and you didn't give them any character development. Stupid things happened that were out of character for everybody that you never explained. And then the movie was over, and it's like, okay, like
Is character development a necessity?
maybe not always.
Okay. Say because I could think of a few movies where there's no character development, and one's one of my favorite movies ever. So like,
Well, yeah, so I mean, character development is not always necessary. But if you want to say that these people just started working together, well, how the hell did they learn to work together? Right? Like, you tell us that you show us like 2 minutes of them trying to figure out what their powers are on Captain Marvel's ship, and then all of a sudden they're using their powers with no problem at all, seamlessly moving back and forth. It's like, what is going on here?
hold on. I said that same shit about the fucking fire blaster, ass blaster guy from fucking Frozen Empire. I'm like, he just, and all of a sudden he can do this? Well, yeah, it makes sense. You said that that was fine. I said that that was fucking stupid.
I'm talking about the specific Marvel's movie.
But you said that it's stupid, and it was stupid
No,
in
because
Frozen
it's
Empire.
okay, but I'm not saying it's stupid in every movie. I'm saying it's stupid in the Marvels.
Okay.
Because you're saying one person just learns to use his power. I'm saying in the Marvels, you've seen the Marvels, right?
No.
Okay, well in the Marvels, whenever they use their powers, the powers shift to a different person. So like Captain Marvel start using her powers, but then all of a sudden those powers are now Photon has those powers. So like I get what you're saying. Normally I wouldn't think it's stupid, but you're telling me that all of a sudden they just know how to use not only their own powers, but everybody else's powers, and then they know how they all shift together when everybody on the battlefield is using their powers at the same time. You're just moving seamlessly in and out of your own powers into other powers? No. Like, that's way too much. That's way too much. That's three people's powers that you're trying to figure out. It just, no.
So according to the Hamburger and Brontosaurus, the animanium comes from I guess, the giant torso hand coming out of the ocean.
That could be cool. I wonder then how they'll get it off of the giant hand. Because I would imagine that they're going to say that adamantium is at least as powerful as vibranium, if not more so. So
Well,
that
but
how are they going to harvest it?
well, there's a way to harvest it, right? There has to be. If they're harvesting vibranium, right?
Yes.
So there's got to be a way to harvest it. They can liquefy it because it gets liquefied and put into Wolverine, right? So you can be melted down to some degree. Magneto ripped it out of Wolverine's body after it was a liquid. It was a solid now. So there's going to be ways to harvest it because, like I said, they can harvest the other shit. They harvest that. Now figuring out how to, that might be a different situation. But there's going to be ways to do it.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously they would have to because they're going to have the X-Men in it. But I'm just saying, like, it's going to be interesting to see how they do it. Because I don't think they're going to take Thor's hammer, which is Uru, and use that to chisel off pieces of the giant hand. Right?
They're going to hire Thor to do it. Or maybe this will be the introduction to Beta Ray Bill and they enslave him to do it or something. Since that's supposed to be his hammer, right? So,
yeah, Stormbreaker in the comics was originally a Beta Ray Bill thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against it. There's a few of the MCU stuff I haven't seen. Like I said, it's because I think I've been burnt out because I'm tired of everything trying to connect and trying to keep up with how it connects. I want to go and watch Spider-Man and enjoy a goddamn Spider-Man movie. I don't want to be sitting there having to watch it, but then be like, oh man, I haven't watched the previous 75 Marvel things to understand the Easter eggs that are going on in this one and the story in the background that's leading to this, eventually to Doom. Like, I'm getting tired of that. Just give me a Spider-Man movie. Give me, an Iron. Just give me back to the solo movies. You can have little cameos here and there, but I'm tired of the giant stories that need to just go across. And then having fucking characters who have no business being in earth-shattering events like they're somebody special is really fucking annoying too.
Like who?
Well, she's dead now, but Black Widow. Like, Black Widow shouldn't have been doing anything with the Avengers. Same thing with Hawkeye. Like, these people, you've got people who are gods. You've got a monster You've got a guy in an iron suit flying around killing aliens, and then here's Black Widow and Hawkeye with zero powers. They're just good assassins. Don't give me that. Don't give me that bullshit.
Yeah.
Put her on the same level as Spider Man. Have them intertwined. Fucking ground level, fucking street level situations. Fucking earth shattering fucking events. Like what are we even doing right now?
Yeah, I mean, and it'll be interesting to see what happens with Spider-Man. Apparently, there's rumors that Sony wants to sell the rights to Spider-Man for the movies back to Marvel. So,
I mean, okay, but they've been doing what they can do already, right? Like they already had like a partnership with Spider-Man that the MCU movie or Spider-Man is MCU movies, isn't it?
yes, the Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland have all been part of the MCU, but Sony will not allow Spider-Man to be used in different ways. Right? So, like, he was allowed to be in the Avengers movies, those last two Avengers movies, because Sony was willing to sign an agreement to allow him to be in there to make more money. But other than that, he's not allowed to be used. Marvel can't just use Spider-Man when they want to. They have to
Yeah, I
ask
understand.
permission and pay them, right? And so Sony apparently has been considering selling Spider-Man back to Marvel for $10 billion.
Well, that's chump change. I could buy that.
And then that way, because they're like, well, we can make $10 billion over 10 or 15 years, or we can get $10 billion right now and then do something else. So they feel, and again, this is all rumors and speculation, but allegedly Sony feels that all of their efforts to create like a Spider-Man universe to make money outside of the Marvel movies have failed miserably.
Which is weird because I haven't been mad at their movies. They haven't been MCU level great movies, but I haven't watched one of their movies and been like, oh, this was fucking horrible, right? Like I said, I don't know the characters. I go into it just expecting a Spider-Man movie or a whatever the villain is. Like I go into expecting a Venom movie. I got Venom. I got Carnage doing Venom and Carnage things. I was happy, right? Because I don't give a shit about the technicalities of that's not accurate to this or that. Like I just enjoyed watching the movie. Same thing when it came to Morbius. I don't know what he's supposed to be in the comics or how he's portrayed in the comics, but for what it was, I took it as a fucking an MCU vampire movie, and I wasn't mad at it. Okay, it wasn't the best vampire movie I've ever seen, but I enjoyed it. I haven't watched Craven. I heard that was really fucking bad.
I I I watched the three Venom movies, and they're entertaining. And as long as I tell myself that,
Hey, what's going on, John? How you doing, man?
as long as I tell myself that I don't have to take them seriously, and it doesn't matter if they're accurate or not, they're okay. I didn't see Morbius because I had no interest in it, and Craven, the trailer, and the explanation of his powers, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna even watch that, not even a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't know they gave him powers. I haven't watched it. That's another one. Though. I don't know anything about the character other than he like hunts. He's like a big game hunter. It's like his persona type thing, right? Where he's like Scar. I don't know anything about him. I had no interest in seeing it just because, like I said, I have no relationship built with him. I don't know anything about him, and it's just not a appealing character. That I'm like, oh, I have to see that. Well,
Well, in the reason I didn't see it is because in the trailer they did two things. One, they made him an anti-hero instead of a villain. And then two, and obviously they're going to have to do that because Spider-Man is not going to be in the movie. And then two, they gave him animal powers, which in some versions of the comic, the character does have.
is he? No, before isn't he? Correct me if I'm wrong. In the comics, if I remember, like on the card, it was kind of like a less powerful version of like Sabretooth.
I guess that's fair. He doesn't really have a healing factor, but
Right, but
he.
he has like animal instinct kind of.
Yes, yeah. Well, in the trailer for the movie, they showed a lion bleeding into an open cut on him when he's a child, and then that gave him powers of an animal.
Is that all we gotta do?
And so it's like, oh, this is so
I'll go hunt down a lion and spill some blood on an open wound I'll cut my finger for that and see what happens.
Go go try it, I guess. Go try it.
Yes.
But no, it's like
Was he a radioactive line?
no.
Oh.
It was just I don't know. So much of the trailer looks stupid, and that's why I said like I watch trailers because I'm not going to go see a movie where they're doing stupid things intentionally.
I mean, I'll go see anything that if it's something that just piques my interest. I don't care if they're doing something stupid because I think over the years, and a lot of it I think has to do with like deep diving more into Alien and Predator and everything, is that I've come to that understanding that the movie is just a different rendition of something else that I know and love, right? Or the comic book is just their version of this character, this story. The cartoon's this version, like same thing with Turtles. Turtles movie, Turtles comic, Turtles cartoon are all different Turtles. And we've all grown to accept that. You'll
Yeah.
have people like, oh, well, the comic books are only ones that matter because they're assholes. But like, real fans grow to accept that there's just this take on the characters, right? So when I watch a movie and they don't take everything that's ever happened in the comic book into consideration and make it like it's supposed to be, I've stopped worrying about that shit and I just accept that this is their version, the way they're doing it. Like, shit, you gonna tell me the next fucking Spider-Man, Uncle Ben doesn't die? I'd be like, okay, I guess this is what we're doing now. Finally, the man lives. Like,
They've done that in the comics, but yes.
I'm saying, but you know what I mean? Like, I just where I'm at. Like, if that's the way they want to go with the story, as long as I watch it and I enjoy what I'm watching, I'm done like trying to hold them accountable to be 100% accurate. When you go through the history of all these things, there's no accuracy. It bounces around so much over the past 70, 80 years of Marvel Comics. It's all changed. So it's like, I accept it. It just is what it is.
I don't think we need 100% accuracy, but like what always bothered me with the Venom movies was Venom looks the way he does because of Spider-Man. He has the powers that he has because of Spider-Man. And so to have a Venom movie where he has powers like that, but there is no Spider-Man is an issue for me.
So
They
okay.
and so for the movies, they really toned down his ability to shoot things out of his wrist, right? Like they definitely toned that down and kind of minimalized it, especially after the first movie. But it's
for
all, huh?
for Venom.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then it's also like, why the hell do his eyes look like Spider-Man's eyes? Because originally Venom was Spider-Man's costume. That's why. So, right,
But
like,
see, so then the question I would have, and like you said, that's where they originally came from, right? Anybody who's read the comics knows that the symbiote first landed on Peter. Not even landed. He was given a suit that it was made, and whatever. He
yeah,
became
yeah.
Black Spider-Man,
Yep.
depending on which version you read.
Yep.
But then when you see all the other symbiotes that later get introduced, besides Carnage, who came from Venom, the other symbiotes all have the same eyes, just like that's their look. Because I don't think every other symbiote came from Venom. They became like they're from another planet and they're just all a species of alien, right?
In modern times, yes.
Yeah. So
When they first started introducing newer symbiotes, they were all offshoots of
okay.
Venom and Carnage. But now they've kind of taken those characters and they've updated their backstories and they've done different things. So now there's a planet of symbiotes that are ruled by Null, and like he uses them and he doesn't care. Like he's very abusive to the symbiotes and he sends them out to do his bidding, and if they fail, he kills them and things of that nature. So you're supposed to feel sympathy for the symbiotes and the plight that they're in, but when they first started coming out, they were all just like offshoots, creations of Venom or Carnage.
So then that makes sense why when they originally came they had the same look because they came from Venom who had the look. But now they've taken that whole thing away. They just have that look because that's what their species or whatever that has the big eyes. Okay. So yeah, no. The only thing that would bother me with Venom is if he had the spider on his chest, right?
Yeah.
And they don't have him obviously with the spider on his chest because he was never on Peter Parker to get that feature. There was never been anything, at least in the movies, that I was like, oh, that's like Spider-Man, because like from what I remember, he uses his tendrils for everything. I don't remember him using stuff from the wrist, but if that's the case, then that is weird as well. That wouldn't make sense. And that's probably why they got away from it, because they realized like that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, in the very first movie, he did it like 2 or 3 times. It wasn't a lot. And then afterwards, they're like, okay, let's not do that anymore. Let's focus on just the tendrils, and that should suffice. Which makes sense in that universe, right? Like, it does make sense. It's just, I don't know. For me, like, you take an iconic villain like that and you remove him from the hero that actually created the villain, and then you want the villain to stand on its own 2 feet. It just doesn't work. And Sony, like, I guess the other thing that frustrates me is Sony had several opportunities to fix it. They could have introduced Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man at the end of the first Venom movie, or at the beginning of the second Venom movie, or just like oh look, it's Spider-Man on TV, and that would have been enough. But they didn't, and it just, I don't know. They frustrate me. Marvel's been frustrating me. I guess it is what it is.
Woosah, man. Remember your pressure points.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I just don't care anymore. I just want to go sit down and enjoy what I'm watching. Like I said, I don't want to have to fucking have an encyclopedia of previous movies to fucking understand everything going on in these movies anymore.
It's crazy that it's been 5 years since the last Spider-Man movie.
Has it really been 5 years?
Yeah, the last movie came out in 2021.
You're talking about the one that had the 3 different Spider-Man? That was in 2021?
Yep.
The fuck is time going?
Yeah. No, because I was going through my Spider-Man movies today, and I happened to see when I was going through the Apple TV part, looking at when they came out, and it was like 2021 was No Way Home. I'm like, there's no way it was 5 years ago. But yeah, it was 5 years ago.
What else has that kid done?
I mean, he's been in a bunch of other things. He did that Uncharted movie.
Oh yeah, he did do Uncharted.
He'd been filming The Odyssey. He's been in a bunch of other stuff.
The Odyssey, which people are shitting all over.
Yeah, they don't like the casting choices.
I'm not going to get into that on this cast, but yeah, I know exactly why. Okay, welcome. So we're going to have some information coming out next week, right?
Okay.
No, with Comic-Con. We're going to have some information dropping. There's going to be a lot of information dropping. Hopefully we'll have some for Thursday night next week. That way we can start discussing things to stay away from the toys and collectibles prediction side of it that we'll be doing Tuesday night on Drinks and Toys.
Okay.
Is there anything that you're kind of feeling we might see when it comes to like the movie side? Like obviously announcements, anything of that nature?
Like new movies is what you're asking?
Movies,
or
new
like
information.
Movies?
Huh?
Are you asking me if I think that we're going to get notification of new movies, or like things for new movies?
Yes.
I don't really think there's going to be any kind of like huge movie announcements, with the exception of maybe some kind of Star Wars announcement or something like that. Maybe we might get an announcement of who's going to be DC's new Batman, because allegedly James Gunn has met with actors and done screen tests, and he's made his choice on who's going to be the next Batman. So maybe we'll get told who the Batman of the DCU is going to be.
Okay.
I'd love to get some kind of update on a new Ghostbusters movie, but I doubt that.
I'm going to think that Ghostbusters, they seem to try and hold all the Ghostbusters stuff for Ghostbusters Day.
Yeah.
In June, which is what we got. We haven't even discussed it, but the cartoon they got coming.
Oh.
I don't know anything about it outside of it's animated and it takes place essentially after the second movie, like 94, 95-ish, during Walter Peck's, one of his runs for mayor. Not necessarily during one of his mayor
Yeah, yeah, I get what you're saying.
whatever the fuck you'd call it. I mean, I'm curious to see what it is, and that's gonna be one that I have to take away and forget about things that were said in recent movies for it to make sense. Because when you watch like Afterlife and they say, "Oh, there hasn't been a ghost in 30 years," when he's looking at the trap for the first, "Oh, you guys don't, they haven't, there hasn't been a ghost sighting in 30 years." But then now you're gonna have this cartoon that takes place after the second movie, and there's ghosts. So it's like, all
Yeah,
right. So I just have to ignore that Ant Man said that and let that not be a thing anymore, and just enjoy the cartoon. But it was interesting. The one, have you seen the one still that's apparently from the show?
the
It's
title
like,
card.
huh?
I've seen the title card.
Is that the one that has like you see like the 4 or 5 people walking in the street and you see like a terror dog jumping? Okay, so there's like it's a I don't know if I think it's from the cartoon. I think it's the actual scene from the show, but it's kind of like a brownish red, like a sunset type coloring, and you've got people's shadows, silhouettes of people like walking down the street, and they have like you can see like the shapes of proton packs on them and everything,
Okay,
and then there's like a small, basically a terror dog puppy like jumping from the floor, like going after like a dog would for a treat if you're holding it above their head.
okay,
Are you trying to look it up?
yeah,
Did you find it?
yeah. Let's see. You're talking about this one.
Yes, that one. So that. So I didn't recognize that at first. I just like the picture. Oh, that's cool. You know, people trying to kind of deep dive into it. But somebody pointed out it's not exact, but it's very close to one of the scenes from Monster Squad. It's almost like they did this paying homage to Monster Squad. Which, if that's the case and they're doing stuff like that, I'm excited. If they're really going to pay homage to classics and everything and go that route. Because I mean, if you look up a Monster Squad, you'll probably see the similar type image with the kids walking. I think there's the dog too, and then like Frankenstein.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always interested in Ghostbuster stuff, but
So I was looking up what the panels were at San Diego Comic Con this year.
okay,
And for the ones that I could find information on, you've got Thursday, there's Percy Jackson and the Olympians, season 3 preview. I didn't know they had a show for that, so whatever. Marvel's Wolverine, it's called Deep Cuts, Game, and Cinematic Universe.
okay.
Then there's Avatar Aang, The Last Airbender, Batman, Cape Crusader season 2. The fuck is that?
It's I believe it's an Amazon show. It's like Batman the animated series, that style, but all new voice actors, new stories. It's not connected in any way.
Okay. There's something called Onslaught A24 film. There's a Prime Video showcase featuring Blade Runner 2099 and Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power.
Okay, so another season, I guess, of Batman or Lord of the Rings. Yeah,
Oh, Lord of the Rings is a TV show now.
yeah. It has for a couple of years. It's on Amazon Prime.
So here's one that I'm interested in because I want information on. I didn't realize they had a panel, but Spaceballs 2. They've got a panel, so I am excited to see what comes out of that. That's one of those movies coming out that I really want to see, but I have a gut feeling it's going to be bad. But I want to see it.
I don't think it'll be bad.
I have a feeling the reason I think it's going to be bad isn't going to be based on the actors or even the story. I think it's going to fall to one of those things that is such a beloved movie
Okay,
that it's not going to live up to what 40 years of wanting a sequel will have people's expectations to be, if that makes sense.
okay.
Kind of like people have kind of written their own sequels in their heads of what they would want to happen. If it doesn't do that, people are going to be very mad at it. I love the first one a lot, and I'm down for a second one. I'm excited for it. I just don't think it's going to. I just have a gut feeling it's not going to be like anything the magic of the original.
Yeah,
Because you're missing a lot of cast. You know what I mean? That made the original what it was.
I mean, I don't know that you're missing a lot of them. You're missing John Candy.
Uh huh.
You're missing Joan Rivers.
Right.
Who else?
Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks isn't going to be in it.
He's not.
He is.
I thought. Hold on. Did I miss something?
Maybe he.
What, am I in another universe? I thought he was dead.
No, Mel Brooks just turned 100 like a week and a half ago.
Hold on. Am I in a Mandela effect? I could have sworn Mel Brooks died because like that was one of the things he wanted to see the movie get made, and then he died before it came out.
No, he's not dead. He's still alive.
I just wish death upon this man without realizing.
I think so. Yeah, no, he.
I would have put money on Mel Brooks to have passed away over the past couple of years.
Nope.
Dead air doesn't work, so either say something or.
Well, no. So, like, Mel Brooks is not dead. He just turned 100 like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Okay, cool.
Spaceballs 2 is written by Josh Gad,
Yeah.
Dan Hernandez, and Benji Samit, but then they developed the screenplay with Mel Brooks, so he had a heavy hand in how the characters sound and how they behave, and he will be in the movie as Yogurt. So we're really.
I remember when Gat was first talking about it, he was saying that he was talking to Mel Brooks about it, and he brought him like the ideas, and he was excited to do it.
Yeah.
But it was sworn that like after that conversation, like recent time after he had that conversation, got the okay, and they started doing it, that he had died. So cool. All right, Mel Brooks isn't dead. Okay, so that was the main one that was like you're going to be missing that touch, the Mel Brooks touch. So okay, all
but
right.
all the other
I feel
people,
a little better about it.
all the other people who were in the first movie will be back for the second one.
Even though my favorite character won't be, but you know, it is what it is.
But I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch Spaceballs again. It's been a very long time since I saw it. Just see what I think about it.
They also have a panel for Pan's Labyrinth anniversary. I don't know. Have you ever seen Pan's Labyrinth?
Like maybe half of it.
Okay.
That's the one with the creature with the hands for eyes, right?
Yeah. Then there's a Star Trek universe franchise 60th anniversary. Even though I feel like Star Trek is older than 60 years, but apparently 60th anniversary. Apple TV Plus showcase, including Matchbox the movie, Widow's Bay, and Silo. The fuck that is.
No idea.
And then on Saturday at 5:30, Marvel Studios has their panel. There's nothing specific, it's just Marvel Studios.
Watch them troll everybody and be like, hey, here's some movies we're working on. See you later.
I mean, that sounds like a very Hasbro thing to do, right? Hasbro's notorious for, hey guys, we're gonna have, what is it, last year, the year before? We're gonna have information on Ghostbusters. All right, cool, we're gonna have Ghostbusters information. And then it comes a day like, all right, the information we're giving you is that we're gonna have an announcement on Ghostbusters Day. Like, oh, so 5 months from now, you're teasing us of an announcement for an announcement. Great, thanks guys.
Yeah.
Fucking bastards.
Now, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I'm not anticipating any kind of movies. Maybe there'll be more information about the Legend of Zelda movie that they're working on that's supposed to come out next year.
Who's doing that?
I think it's Sony Movie Studios that's making it.
Okay.
But it's going to be live action. It's not going to be a cartoon. All I really want, like, Nintendo's picking the wrong franchises to turn into movies, in my opinion. They just need to make...
You want fucking Metroid.
Yep, a Metroid live action movie would be amazing.
I mean, it's just Alien, but okay.
I mean, that's how you know it would be amazing.
I mean, I can't argue that point, right? Because aliens are amazing. I mean, actually, just give me Contra. Give me a Contra movie. But I want Arnold and Stallone to play it.
As far as stuff coming out for movies, I have no idea.
There's a lot going on. It's fucking Comic-Con's gonna be crazy. I'll never go, but like I used to want to go to Comic-Con, but after seeing over the years the videos and how fucking crazy it gets there, I'm good. It's just too many goddamn people for me. I don't do good in crowded areas like that. I start getting belligerent and getting loud, and it's not a good thing.
You should go.
So who now?
I said you should go.
Why?
I mean, because of all of us, you're the one that could go.
I'm also the one who'd get arrested.
Nah, I don't think so.
Yes.
I don't think you'd get arrested. I think you're exaggerating. That's a bit of hyperbole.
Like, I'd be standing there and some asshole dressed as Wolverine would walk by and like bump into me, and I'd be like, "Hey, you limp dick animanium fuck," and then we'd have problems.
Or he'd bump into you and turn around and like extend one of his claws and say, "Do you want a prostate exam?"
Well, first of all, it's a cosplayer, so I'm not afraid because chances are he's a bitch. So, but I am getting close to that age. I would take a free prostate exam if I don't have to pay for it.
Ugh.
I'm gonna have to do it soon, anyways. I imagine. But no, yeah, no, I would. No, I'm not. I'm not made for crowds like that. I say things that hurt people's feelings way too easy. I mean, shit. People don't know it, but on this, not this cast, but drinks and toys, I've I've behaved myself. But back when we used to record them, I had to edit a lot of shit because I would start saying some shit, and I was like, you know what? That's a bit too much. Let's tone that back a little bit. Let's just delete this snippet. Let's delete that snippet.
At least you knew.
I knew. I knew when I said it. I didn't give a fuck. Later though, I had the clarity while editing. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, maybe I need to not be a complete asshole. Just be a partial asshole. So, well, I mean, you got anything else for this evening, sir? You're sitting there yawning, so
I mean, I always yawn. I'm old. I'm tired. That's how it is. But no, I mean, other than we may have gotten like soft confirmation that there's going to be a new multiplayer for GTA 6, because Rockstar has been very coy, very tight-lipped about whether or not there
well,
was.
yes, Gustavo. That's why I had put up with Tony's shit so nicely. Is because I used to say shit that I had to delete. So yes.
But people have asked Rockstar, "Oh, hey, with GTA 6 coming out, is there going to be new multiplayer?" And they're like, "We have nothing to say about multiplayer. You know, we're not thinking about multiplayer. Blah blah blah." And if you recall, GTA 5 didn't launch with multiplayer. It launched with the ability to have the multiplayer, but the multiplayer came out 2 weeks after the single player game, and it was a mess. But now Rockstar's been having some of their radio DJs record new lines for the radios.
Okay.
And the radio DJs are saying, show up November 19th for the last ride, right? Like the last ride for multiplayer. So it's leading people to believe that we're going to get GTA 6, which I think comes out the 20th of November. And then they're going to have GTA 6 online or whatever they're going to call it. And it will be based in Florida, not in California.
Hold on. So what you're telling me is that in GTA 5 online in the multiplayer,
Yes.
people actually listen to the radio?
Yeah.
You say that, yeah, and look at me confused like it's not weird.
I mean, I have the classic rock station playing whenever I'm playing GTA and I'm inside a car, or a plane, or a helicopter, or whatever other vehicle I'm in.
That's a no for me, Bob.
I mean, and the music in GTA 5 has been really good. A couple of years ago, they had Dr. Dre come in and record tracks to play.
Yeah, I remember those, and they even dropped like an album with a bunch of stuff for it.
But like, so they added those songs to one of the radio stations in there. And I mean, GTA Radio is a big thing. They usually put out CDs. They used to put out CDs with all the different songs for the different stations. I know that at least when the game first launched, you could buy the track list for each radio station that you liked, and all the tracks that you could hear on that station you could purchase.
that's weird, man. I guess because I haven't done the online multiplayer for GTA 5, right? Because when I first started was when it was still new and all the dumb shit you had to do and you couldn't do and pissed me off, so I never played again. But like, I can't think of any time like in GTA 4 that would have been You know what would be real nice right now? While I'm going to war with these cops, let me hop in this police car and listen to GTA radio. Like that's just not a thing I could see me ever doing. I mean, it's cool that they do and people enjoy it and they actually change the commercials like that because people are listening. That's very cool. Just not something I would have ever expected to be a thing.
I mean, even back in GTA 4, when I'd hop in the car, I'd have the classic rock station on.
Yeah, no. See, that's where you're gaming wrong. Like if I'm hopping in a car in GTA 4, I'm on a mission to do some shit. I ain't worried about music. I'm worried about not getting killed. Like that's what like if I'm just stealing cars, usually the police are after me or some asshole's chasing me or I'm chasing some asshole. And it's like I ain't worried about changing the damn station. Like I just need to get in, get out, and move on my way.
Well, yeah, but you don't have to change the station in the settings, right? Like, as soon as I get into a car, it starts playing that radio station. I don't have to. I don't have to touch anything. Any car I get
Yeah,
into,
that's a
that's the radio
no,
station that'll come on.
no. That's just weird. Like I said, it's just not something I've ever even paid attention to be a thing. And also because when I'm playing, like especially on when we would play online, I was playing online. We were in a group chat, we're all talking, we're all bullshitting. I'm not paying attention to music in the background. You know what I mean? Like because we're usually yelling and cussing at each other and burning the shit out of each other. We were
Yeah,
our own DJs, our own, you know, vocals there. Like we didn't need a radio, so that's probably another reason why I just never noticed or paid attention to it because I was busy burning the shit out of Che or killing you and Jose or fucking brontosaurus swear they're right when they're wrong. But yeah, exactly. That's the type of shit.
but anyway, so apparently nobody knows how many stations have recorded. Right now, there's only two of them. One of them, DJ Kara, and I don't know which station she's DJ of, and then DJ Laszlo, both. Like DJ Kara 2 days or 3 days ago, she started talking about the last ride. And then last night or this morning, DJ Laszlo started talking about, oh, some of you might have heard that another DJ is talking about something, and he's like, normally I don't agree with anything she says, but when it comes to this specific topic, I think she's got a good idea, and nobody knows if all the stations are going to start doing it or a limited amount or what, but they're trying to get everybody online for the 19th.
If it's a fucking huge troll, they're gonna have you all in line to meet up in one area, and then like it's just gonna be the Undertaker, and he's just gonna appear and give you all last ride.
That'd be hilarious. But allegedly, what they want is everybody to get in the server, start in one area, and then circle the whole outside of the map. Like follow, there's going to be routes, and you'll follow that as like the last ride around Los Santos.
Interesting. Yeah, have fun with that. That's a no for me.
I mean, I'm going to try to do it. We'll see.
That'd be weird if they had like you could see fucking everybody. You just see millions of people swimming in the ocean. Like
Hilarious.
what else? What else popped up? So you mentioned it earlier, and we probably won't discuss it on Tuesday just because it's not in the realm of anything Tony talks about. But these Power Ranger shits you were talking about.
Yeah, so they debuted the collector's line. Playmates is making a collector's line for Power Ranger figures, and surprisingly, they are not starting with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for the collector's line. They are starting with Power Rangers Zeo.
Jose, is it Zio?
Yeah, it's Zeo for the collector's line. But they're doing the whole set of Rangers at once instead of like Hasbro was doing, well, we'll give you this Ranger from this group, this from this group.
Right.
They're doing all 6 of the Zeo Rangers at once, and that's going to be how they launch their collector's line.
Now I wonder if that is in response to how poorly the Mighty Morphin has done at retail.
I don't know.
If they're like, you know what, guys, let's get them. Let's not do them yet. They're at retail right now. They're not doing great. Let's offer a different version and see how it goes with the collector's line, and then come back to them eventually.
I didn't think about it like that. I kind of thought about it like the last thing Hasbro did was the ultimate or like deluxe or whatever the hell they called it of the original Power Ranger line. So it had more accessories, more detail, more everything than any of the figures they had made before. And when I saw that it was going to be Zeo, I thought, okay, well, this must be in response to the fact that the last thing that they did was Mighty Morphin. So now Hasbro's got to do.
But it's Playmates, but they are still obviously owned
Yeah,
by.
Playmates. Excuse me.
But there's obviously Hasbro still owns the license. They just leased it out basically to Playmates.
Yeah,
So maybe they told them like, hey guys, yeah, don't do that. Just start with here. Don't do those. We did those more recently. Ain't possible. I've heard crazier.
true.
So there's that. Okay. But like I looked at the pictures and like, yeah, they didn't look great. But at the same time, it's Playmates, and I don't know what I Playmates, like I've said notoriously on Drinks and Toys, can't do a collector's line. They've tried 100 times with Turtles and they fail every time. So I don't see there being a actual huge run for a collector's line with Power Rangers. But hey, hopefully those who want it get them and they can enjoy them.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. Well, fuck it. Let's wind this down then. I got really much else.
Fair enough.
Unless you got anything. We can run away with it.
No. Don't really have much.
Thanks for joining. Eventually.
9 minutes late. Yep. Well,
You know, we try and get on like 15 minutes early in case there's problems. We can work them out, you schmuck.
I was trying 15 minutes early.
So, all right. So we'll wind this down. Thanks for everybody who did join us this evening, who's still there watching. Somebody's there. I believe it's Gustavo, because he was the most recent one to comment about 10 minutes ago. But anybody who is still watching or watching later, we hope you enjoyed it. We just kind of get together and talk shit about different things. If you did, like, subscribe, all that bullshit. That way. Oh, okay. It's Joe who's still here. Love it. Oh, I'm like, what the fucking it guy? IT guy. Gotcha. I'm like, what the fuck's he talking about? He knows an it guy. But yeah, go do what Joe said. Just bookmark the link that worked for you today.
Yep.
So next week on Drinks and Toys, Shellhead Tony, myself, most likely Johnny. He should be there. Hopefully, I know he's been having some situations going on that's been taking his attention the past week or so. But Psycho, I believe you'll probably be there next week. We're going to be doing predictions for the collectibles and announcements and such from San Diego Comic-Con, which will be next week. I believe it starts. When does it start? Is it Thursday or Wednesday?
Is it Wednesday preview night?
I think so. I was hoping that you knew for sure.
I think Wednesday is preview night.
Preview night is Wednesday, July 22nd, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. So, we'll be doing our prediction episode at Drinks and Toys. But next week's Collector's Hideout will be talking about San Diego Comic Con. All the news, everything that's popped out, because you're going to have preview night, and then you're going to have an entire day of Thursday of announcements. All kinds of insane stuff will most likely be coming out. And we'll see right there if some of our predictions came true. And then we'll know the following Tuesday, once Friday, Saturday's reveals get thrown out, we'll know how everything else went. So I'm looking forward to it. This is always that exciting time of year. You know, it's almost like Christmas, for at least for the nerd realm. To see, you know, what our wallets are going to cry about and what we have to spend money on. So I do look forward to that. Also, anybody else who does listen to us or has found us on Spotify or Apple Podcast or Amazon whatever podcast app you're using, if you found us, or if you're watching us and you do use podcast apps, you can find us on hopefully your favorite. If you can't find us on your favorite, let me know what it is, and I'll do my damnedest to get us on your favorite. It's really not hard to do, so I should be able to make it happen. But let us know, follow, stream, whatever, share with people, help these things grow. Because I watch, I watch other podcasts and they're good. I enjoy them. They're funny, but I feel like ours is better. I feel like Collector's Hideout. I feel like Drinks and Toys is better than some of the bigger podcasts that have the same type of layout. The talking heads type thing. The round table of discussions. Like I just ours is just better. I feel like we need to get people. We need to get ourselves in front of people more. I'm not going to be showing off dong like Tony wants to do, but I feel like we need to get it done. See, look at that. Joe listened to the high tension episode on Spotify on the drive. Hell yes. Thank you, Joe. That was such a weird fucking movie. Do not watch that, John.
Was not intending to.
Fucking strange. Giant dicks. I don't. Weird. It was definitely something to watch, but yeah, don't watch that. I do want you to watch a movie though, and it's not for like next week, obviously, but it's a movie that is gonna come out or it's out that I'd like you to watch. It's horror, but it's fantasy in a kid's world. So it's called Dust Bunny. Little girl sees the dust bunny that lives under her bed, and she says that it eats people who are touching the floor. So the whole like lava, the floor is lava, you can't touch the floor. It's that type of, and I was confused by this movie because at one point you're watching like, oh, is this what? And like it changed. Okay, well that's not what's happened. Now it's this. Now it's more mafia, assassins, and hitman related than monsters. And okay, then Sigourney Weaver shows up, and you're like, Sigourney Weaver's in this? Okay. And then the movie plays on, and then it's like, all right, it's not your traditional horror movie. It's not like obviously a slasher or anything like that. It's actually an entertaining watch.
Okay.
So I want you to watch. I want to do a deep dive episode on it. Tony, I don't know if he's watched it yet, but I want to do a deep dive episode on it. Like I said, it's not that you watch it this week or right away. I haven't even thought when we'll do that episode, but it is a movie I want you to check out. If anything, just watch the trailer for it and go from there. But it's interesting.
All right.
It's definitely interesting. But with that, we are out of here. Thanks to everybody. Joe's still typing. What the hell Joe say now? Kind of. Joe, have you seen Dust Bunny? Hold on. Yes. Have you seen Cat's Eye, Psycho?
No.
What the fuck? It's from like 1986.
Okay.
So
I haven't seen it.
All right. So Drew Barrymore obviously is in it, and she's a child, right?
Okay.
There's like a gremlin or like a troll that lives in not her floorboards, but like in the baseboards.
Okay.
And it comes out and tries to steal her life by like standing on her chest and like breathing her essence or whatever, trying to steal her life force or whatever.
Okay.
The cat keeps seeing it and fighting the damn thing. So you keep seeing these like battles between the cat and the troll. And like the dad finds like the troll's little dagger at one point. It's like fucking this big. Like, and they're trying to understand, but the whole thing is this monster gremlin troll thing is trying to kill the little girl, and the cat is seeing it and taking it on. I mean, it's not obviously a horror movie, but it's like a kid's horror movie. I guess you can go that route. But yeah, so that's that. Thanks everybody for coming out, doing, sharing, loving, liking, subscribing, all that fun stuff. And we will see everybody next week. Y'all have a good night. And we're just going to do a hard out on this one.